Hello everyone. This is Dr. Himavarshini working as an assistant professor at SR University. Today we are going to deal with one more topic, that is goal setting. So in this lecture we will see what is a goal setting and how it will be helpful to you to explore your dreams. After the completion of this session, you will be able to understand what is the meaning of goal setting and different types of goals, importance of setting goals, and steps to frame goals, and what are SMART goal concepts and key principles of goal setting. So let's see what is the meaning of goal setting. So if you see the meaning of goal setting is it is a process of deciding what a person wants to achieve within a specific period of time. For example, I know that I am working as a teacher, and whenever I ask my students like what are your goals, most of the students get confused to answer this question because most of the learners, they are not clear about what they want to achieve or what they want to become. And if you know what is this goal setting and how to keep a particular goal, you will be able to understand in which direction you have to work hard and what kind of motivation you require, and you will understand and you will know the clear path towards success. So if you see the definitions of what is this particular goal setting, it is like a goal is a dream supported by a deadline. So for example, there is a goal for this particular semester, I want to become topper of this semester. So this is a particular goal with a deadline. So if you have this goal with a particular deadline, definitely you are going to work hard to achieve that particular thing that you want to become, right? So in the same way, for example, you take a person who is very much interested to lose their weight, for example fitness, right? So if they feel like I wanted to lose weight, it is just wish, they won't be able to achieve it. But once if they keep a goal like I want to lose weight, and in this manner I have to lose my weight by keeping a timetable, or how to motivate yourself to go through that particular exercises and everything, this is what is called as a goal setting. So goal is a dream supported by a deadline, and it is the final target or destination a person aims to achieve, right? And goals are measurable and observable outcomes achieved through planned effort within a fixed time frame. So whatever this planned effort is there, that is what is called as goal setting. So we'll see what is the importance of goal setting. So goal setting is important because it provides clarity about future vision and objectives. So if at all if you are wishing something and if you are not having any goal setting to achieve that particular thing, then you won't be having clear vision or clear objective to achieve that. But with the help of goal setting, you will understand what are your objectives and what you want to achieve, and it will give you clear vision and clear clarity, right? And it encourages individuals to perform at their best. For example, if you see like I want to become a topmost software engineer, right? So that is your goal. So if you are having that particular goal, definitely you will perform at your best. So rather than wishing like sleeping and saying that I want to become IAS officer or IPS officer, I want to become like this, so you won't be able to achieve like that if you only wish. But if you keep a goal setting, then definitely you are going to perform at your best, and when you perform at your best, eventually you are going to reach your goals, right? And goal setting also improves concentration and focus, and it creates motivation and challenges, and it pushes individuals toward progress and success. So this is why goal setting is important, because goal setting enhances your focus, it enhances your motivation, it gives you the bravery to face challenges, and it enhances your concentration, and it also makes sure that you perform at your best. So this is the reason goal setting is important. And if you can see, there are two types of goals. One is a short term goal and another one is long term goal. So what is this short term goal? Short term goals achieved within a short period of time. Short period of time in the sense, for example, I want to, as I mentioned earlier, if you feel like you want to become topper of your particular semester, so how much duration a semester will last? It will last for almost 4 months. So that is a short duration, and you know clearly that you want to be the topper of that particular semester, and this is called as short term goal. That means your aim is for the short term period, and you will work hard accordingly, and that particular goal is considered as short term goal, and it usually completes within weeks or months. So for example, you can take completing an assignment that your teacher has given a particular assignment, and you wanted to complete that assignment, right? So how much time period it will take? It will take 1 or 2 days or 5 days or 7 days, and you know when is the last date. So your goal is like I have to complete this assignment on time. So that is what is called as short term goal. If you can see the example, so here, uh, completing a project, completing a project assignment, or improving communication skills, these are like short term goals. So you can also keep some kind of skills, like I want to enhance this particular personality development skill. So how much time it requires? It requires 2 or 3 months. So that is what is called as short term goal. And coming to long term goals, goals that require a longer duration to accomplish. Longer duration to accomplish in the sense, for example, you take a 10th standard student, so they will feel like they cracked their 10th class examinations, and they became, a particular student has become a topper of the school, and when asked, he or she said like, I wanted to become an IAS officer. So he is clear with his ideology that he wanted to become an IAS officer, right? So that is what is called as long term goal, because from 10th standard to achieving IAS officer requires few years of effort, and that is what is called as long term goal, because the particular student is ready to keep efforts to achieve his goal, that is becoming an IAS officer. That is what is called as long term goal. So it usually take 1 year or more. Okay, if at all your goal is like it is for 1 year or more than 1 year, then you can say that it is long term goal. So if you can see example, building a successful career or completing higher education. So this is considered as long term goal. So every individual should maintain this kind of goals within you, so that you can explore the best of you, right? And if you can see how to frame your goals. So how to frame your goals in the sense, like for example, goals are nothing but your dreams. Your dreams, those are coming true with a deadline, is called as a goal, right? So whenever you are trying to frame your goals, first what you have to do, fantasize. Fantasize means you are dreaming of something, you wanted to become someone or something, and if you are converting dreams and your ideas into meaningful goals, this is what is called as fantasizing. Fantasizing, or keeping your goal based on fantasy, converting dreams and ideas into meaningful goals. And next one is reality. Reality means, so you just fantasized about your dream and you wished to become an IAS officer. Will it happen? 100% no. Now you have, what you have to do, you have to work consistently to turn dreams into reality. So you are not supposed to wish for something and you are not supposed to leave it like that. And next step after fantasizing, you have to come to reality, and you have to work consistently to turn your dreams into reality. And next one, aim. That means set goals that are challenging but achievable. Challenging but achievable in the sense, for example, I'm a teacher of English, right? And now I will say that I want to become a successful surgeon after 5 years. So it is not possible, because I am nowhere related to medicine, and I am expecting to become some successful surgeon is nowhere related to my education or my qualification. So here what you have to understand, you have to set goals that are challenging. Challenging is okay if you face challenges, if you want to achieve your goal, that is okay, but You have to keep the goals which are achievable. Which are not possible, you are not supposed to keep, and you have to cross check how far you are going to do that. For example, if you take a student who is so good and he is expecting like 90 marks, this time he got only 75, and he is expecting like next examination he wants to get 90 or 95 marks. That is achievable. It may be little challenging, but that may be achievable. But if you take one student who is suffering or struggling to clear his examinations, and you are expecting to get 100 out of 100 marks, that is not only challenging, but it is not possible to achieve at one point. So whenever you want to keep goals, make sure that you want to achieve them in smaller ways. Like this time I want to clear examinations, 35 is enough, next time 45. In that manner you have to keep your goals. And next one is like method. Decide what steps and strategies are needed to accomplish your goals. For example, we discussed about writing an assignment, right? So what kind of steps or what kind of methods are needed to achieve the completion of that particular assignment? So what kind of method and what kind of strategy you are planning to apply to achieve that goal also you have to decide, right? And the last one is evaluation. So review progress regularly and learn from both success and failure stories. So for example, you have kept one short term goal, and that goal is like in that particular semester you want to become a topper. So now what you have to do, you are writing like weekly tests, and you are writing your mid examinations, and you are writing makeup mid examinations. At this particular point of time you have to cross check whether you are following your original goal or not, whether your results are achievable to reach your particular goal of becoming the semester topper or not. Every time you have to evaluate yourself, and you have to review your progress. And for the first or second time if you fail, that's okay, because you have to understand that failure is very common in every human's life, right? So this is what is called as framing your goals, right? Fantasize, reality, aim, method, and evaluation. Next one is like smart goals. So what are these smart goals? Smart goals in the sense your goals should be specific. Specific means they should be very clear and well defined. Very clear and well defined in the sense. So for example, as we are giving one single example, that is becoming topper of that particular semester. So this goal should be clear and well defined. Well defined in the sense like I want to become topper because I want to prove myself. So this is why I am expecting. I am not competing with others or something like that. Like that. You have to be very clear and very well defined about your particular goals. And next one, your goals should be measurable. Measurable in the sense progress should be measurable to track achievement. Right. As I said earlier, you have kept some goals for you, and you have to evaluate yourself. You have to review yourself, and you have to cross check whether your progress is measurable to track achievement. Like I want to become topper of the semester, but I failed in my first unit test, or I failed in mid examination, so it is not measurable, right? So you have to cross check whether your efforts are measurable to achieve your goals or not. You have to check. And next one is achievable. So goals should be realistic and possible to accomplish. Realistic goals. Realistic goals in the sense, as I said earlier, I am from English and I want to become a successful surgeon. So it is not possible, right? So you have to keep in mind that your goals should be realistic and they should be possible to accomplish, right? And next one is relevant. Relevant in the sense your goals should match personal needs and priorities. So for example, you kept a goal and it should be like for your personal need and priority. I want to become a successful teacher. Why I want to become a successful teacher? Because that is my priority. So I want to become successful teacher because it gives me self satisfaction. That is my personal need, and I have to understand that it should be relevant. The goal should match my personal needs and my priorities, and I should be clear about why I kept this particular goal. And next one is time bound. Time bound in the sense goal should have a clear deadline or time frame. Okay, so like I want to become semester topper, but which semester I did not say. You are not supposed to be like that. So you have to have clear deadline or time frame, like where you want to achieve and what you want to achieve and why you want to achieve that particular goal. You have to keep in track, right? So that is how you are keeping your smart goals. And next one is, so few rules for goal setting. First one is like set motivating goals. Motivating goals in the sense the goals which inspire you and encourage you to work hard to achieve them. Like for example, there will be some students who are so much interested in sports, but they are forced to sit in the classrooms, which is not possible to them to achieve something, right? So you have to keep some goals which can inspire you, which can encourage you so that you can work hard to achieve them, right? That is what is called as setting motivating goals. And follow smart principles, as we have discussed earlier. Use the smart method while setting goals, like specific, measurable, achievable, and relevant, and time bound. So you have to follow this smart principle whenever you are keeping your goals. And next one is like write down goals. Write down goals increase commitment and focus. Like this time I want to become this particular person. So if you write down by yourself, definitely you will focus on that, and definitely you will work hard to reach to that level, right? And next one is prepare an action plan. Action plan in the sense step by step plans to achieve those objectives, right? So you have a goal but you are not having any action plan, and you are not having any timetable with you, so it is not possible to achieve your goals. So you have to keep step by step plan to achieve your objectives. And next one is like stay committed. So remain dedicated and consistent until goals are achieved. Most of the people I have observed, most of the students, they join in some course and they wanted to complete it, but after 2 or 3 months they will get deviated from that particular goal, and they will say that ma'am, we are giving up. So you are not supposed to say like that. You have to stay committed till your goal is achieved. These are the rules you have to keep in mind to achieve your goals. So if you see what is the conclusion of this particular lecture is like goal setting is an essential life skill that you have to remember, because this helps individuals plan their future and stay motivated and achieve success. So by setting smart goals and following proper planning strategies, people can improve productivity, confidence, and personal growth. So this is the reason for every individual, every student, and every learner, keeping goals is very much important. And now, after completion of this particular goal setting, I want to discuss about time management for students, because most of the students, after keeping these goal settings, they confuse with time management, right? So this goal setting and time management are like these two skills are vice versa. So these two are very much important to achieve your goals, right? Now we'll see how you have to go through this time management. Okay. So for example, if you take all the students, all the students are having 24 hours in a day. So time is equal for everyone, but a few students or few learners complete all their tasks efficiently and effectively, but few feel like they are stressed and overwhelmed. So the difference is how time is used, because few students who are able to complete their tasks effectively, they are having clear knowledge about how to manage their time, but the students or learners who are feeling so stressed are not having clear picture about how to plan their schedule and organize things. That is the reason they always feel stressed and feel nervous and anxious. right? So you have to understand that time is limited and it is valuable, and once the time is lost you cannot recover. So you have to keep in mind these things whenever you are planning to organize your some kind of tasks, right? And after this session, after going through this time management, you will be able to understand the concept of time management and identify common time wasting habits and learn practical planning strategies, develop a productive daily routine, and improve focus and discipline. So let's see how you have to do all these. Right. So now first you have to understand what is time management. What is the meaning of time management? So time management means planning how to use your time effectively or efficiently. Okay? So completing tasks within deadlines and using time productively instead of wasting it. Right? So time management is nothing but it is planning how to use your time effectively is the definition of time management. Okay, so it is about how you work hard and how you work smart and how you stay organized and how you are being consistent. So it is all comes under how you are managing your time in a proper manner. Like for example, you just take two students preparing for exam, and the student A follows a timetable and studies regularly and revise everything on time. And if you take student B, so he delays study and uses mobile frequently and studies at last minute. So who do you think that a particular which student is going to achieve success? Eventually the student A performs better than less stress, because student A is clear about his timetable and he is very much clear how to spend his time wisely, and he revises everything so that at the end of the day it won't become burden for him, so that it can eliminate his stress, right? So if you see the student B always delays study. So what will happen if you delay your study? At the end of the day, you have to go through a lot of things to complete the task. So you will feel burdened and uses mobile frequently. That means you will lose your focus and studies at last minute. So there won't be a chance to recapitulation, and eventually you will lose interest on your education, right? So here student A performs better with less stress. Okay, and next if you see, so good time management helps you. Why it is helpful? It reduces stress and anxiety, and it complete work on time and improve academic performance and maintain balance between study and leisure. So these are the good time management techniques, and with the help of good time management you can sorry, you can reduce stress and anxiety and you can complete your work on time, and you can improve academic performance as well as maintain balance between study and leisure time. So with this it builds your discipline, responsibility and confidence, right? So now we will see why students often struggle. So most of the students often struggle to maintain proper time management because they often procrastinate. Procrastinate means delaying the work. That means they often feel lazy to complete the tasks. And distractions like social media and usage of mobile phones. And next one is like lack of planning and poor time awareness. So because of these reasons, students often struggle to maintain better time management. So okay, with the help with these kind of habits, what will happen? Eventually the productivity will reduce, right? So first we will see what is procrastination. So procrastination means delaying important tasks. So if you see the procrastination cycle, so procrastinating will feels like it feels like guilty, and then you will feel panic, and you will give excuses yourself, again you will procrastinate. So you wanted to study very hard and you will sit for some time, and you will, after 5 minutes, your social media notification will come and you will open your mobile and you will forget that you are going through some sort of exercises related to your study, right? So after that, how you will feel after completion, after the time is gone, you will feel guilty, like, "Arey yaar, why I wasted this much time?" And then you will feel like you will feel panic, like how I am going to manage this. And then again, after some time, you will feel like it's okay. There is another date. I will prepare. Again, you will procrastinate, right? Again you feel guilty and panic and make excuse and again procrastinate. This is the regular cycle of procrastination. And what are the common reasons for this procrastination is, first one is like laziness and fear of difficulty, lack of motivation. So for example, laziness in the sense, you always feel like you wanted to postpone the things. And sometimes students feel difficulty, to complete a particular task, so they want to postpone it, and after some time they want to give up it, right? So fear of difficulty is also one of the common reason for procrastination, and lack of motivation also. If you see the example, I will study tomorrow, you will feel like I will study tomorrow and then tomorrow and then tomorrow, and result will, like, it gives last minute pressure, and eventually it leads to your poor performance. And next one, major distractions include mobile phones, social media platforms, unnecessary conversations. Like, for example, most of the students, if you see, whenever the lecture is going on in the classroom, also students will cross check their mobile phones for every 10 minutes or 5 minutes. That means they are losing focus. It is making like distracting. They are distracting from the original concept to unnecessary things, right? And eventually it will result in loss of focus and increase the time to complete the tasks, right? So you have to avoid these major distractions, mobile phones and social media platforms and unnecessary conversations. And next one, without planning, tasks become unorganized. So you have to learn how to organize the things in a proper manner. And you're not supposed to miss deadlines, because once, if you miss the deadline, it will become your habit. So you have to focus on not missing the deadlines, and works get delayed. Like, if you are not having no study schedule, and eventually it will leads to incomplete syllabus and you will perform poorly, right? So without planning, your productivity will decrease. So you have to focus on having good planning whenever you are going through a particular task. And next one, students often cannot identify the difference between important tasks and urgent tasks, right? So you have to learn how to identify which one is important task and which one is urgent task. So time is spent on less important activities, and priority they will, as they don't know which one is important and which one is urgent, so time will be spent on less important activities and it will leads to less productivity eventually. And you have to learn how to prioritize by doing the right task at the right time. So to improve time management, you have to focus on planning your day. For example, today I have 24 hours. So what I have to do these 24 hours? You have to plan your day, and you have to learn how to set clear goals, right? So today I will only work on my a particular subject assignment, and at the end of the day you should be able to complete that particular task. So you have to start keeping your tasks in smaller quantities. Like, for example, if you take, like, I want to lose weight, and today itself I walked for 10 kilometers, and tomorrow I won't be able to get up. So you have to start slowly whenever you want to enhance your focus and whenever you want to enhance your commitment, right? So you have to set clear goals, and you have to learn avoiding distractions in the sense, for example, my usual screen time is 10 hours. So don't try to reduce in single day, so it won't be possible. So today is 10 hours, tomorrow you make it 9 hours, and day after tomorrow make it 8, and then 7. In this manner, gradually try to decrease the distractions, right? And staying disciplined, learn how to stay disciplined, and what are your important tasks right now and how to achieve them, focus on them, so that you will be having discipline in your mind, and you start doing these small changes, and it will leads to bigger results. And goals give direction to your efforts, like for example, as we have discussed earlier, short term goals and long term goals. Try to keep these kind of goals so that you will achieve easily. And not all tasks are equally important, as we have discussed earlier. So important plus urgent tasks first. For example, if you can see this particular quadrant one, urgent and important, so this task you do, this one is the first one, right? And next one, quadrant two, like not urgent but important, so this is not urgent but important, then you plan. Okay. And next one, urgent but not important, delegate. Okay. And not urgent and not important, you just eliminate this. Okay. So there is no not to worry about this particular thing which is not urgent as well as not important, right? So now you have to do focusing on important plus urgent tasks first. So less important tasks you do them later. And study for exam before watching TV. So study for exam is important as well as urgent, you do it first, then before watching TV, because watching TV is not urgent as well as it is not important, so try to eliminate this. Or if you want to watch TV, first complete your task and then go for it, right? And next one, a timetable helps you organize your day and allocate time for each activity and maintain balance. So in your timetable, always try to learn how to include your study time, your breaks, and your revision time as well. Right? So if you learn how to organize your day and how to allocate time for each activity and how to maintain balance, then it will be helpful to you to achieve your goals. And daily routine examples, if you take your daily routine, so breaking tasks into smaller parts, so as I said earlier, so like break your tasks into smaller parts. So today I want to study, don't study for 1 hour or 2 hours at a stretch, study for half an hour, take a break for 5 or 10 minutes, again then you go for your books, and avoiding distractions. Don't, I'm not saying you are not supposed to watch your social media or you are not supposed to explore in the Google or browser, not like that. If you want to explore, explore, but avoid distractions and which are not important. You just try to learn how to avoid them, and try to follow 80 by 20 rule. So you have to understand 20 percentage of your efforts gives 80 percentage of your results. So focus on that, right? And remember that consistency is key. So regular efforts leads to success, so you have to keep in mind consistency is key. And benefits of good time management are like you will be performing better in your academics, and if you are having better time management, it reduces your stress. And if you are having better time management, you will be having more free time, because at last minute you won't feel stressed and nervous. So if you plan in an organized manner, you will be having more free time and increased confidence. And eventually these will leads to your overall personal growth. And students improve time management with the help of schedule, and with the help of reducing distractions and following routines. Definitely it will leads to your better marks and confidence and a balanced lifestyle. Okay. And mistakes that you have to avoid, like studying at the last minute, this habit you have to change. So overusing of mobile phones also you have to avoid. Ignoring planning, you are not supposed to ignore plan, you have to learn how to plan the things. And skipping revisions, these mistakes you have to avoid so that you can improve your efficiency. And start your day early every day, so that will leads to your success. and set clear goals, stay disciplined, take regular breaks, and focus on improvement, not perfection, because no one is so perfect. So you just only focus on improving yourself, not so perfect. Okay. And by the help of this particular lecture, we can understand that time is valuable resource and planning is essential, and you have to avoid distraction and practice consistency. It is very important, and these good habits leads to your success. I hope you understood this lecture. Thank you.